Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for today's webinar titled The Knowledge Base Made for Searching. I am Andrew Albers. I'm the account executive, and I'm excited to talk to you about Laserfiche and searching today. A couple of housekeeping items first. All participants will be muted. However, please feel free to put your questions into the question box, and I will make sure to address your questions throughout the presentation, or I will follow up with you individually following the presentation. Slides and screenshots are available upon request. And finally, this session is being recorded and will be posted to our YouTube channel, where you can review it at any time. All right, today's agenda, we're talking about searching in Laserfiche. Searching is obviously one of the core features of Laserfiche, and Laserfiche makes it super easy, super efficient to locate the content that you need. So today, specifically, we're talking about how Laserfiche makes images searchable. So this is using the OCR engine in Laserfiche, which extracts text for us from documents and images, where we can then search for any keywords appearing in those documents. So this is very useful if you are considering importing documents you may already have located on either network shares or on users' personal devices. Why not put those documents in Laserfiche, run the OCR engine on those documents, and have those documents then be easily retrievable. We're also going to talk about how to build supercharged searches in Laserfiche, making searching more efficient and at the same time providing powerful functionality for your searches in Laserfiche. And finally, we're going to talk about how Laserfiche auto-classifies content and makes it easily searchable and retrievable. Please do make sure you stay towards the end, because that will be the last part of our demonstration today. And it is a really exciting topic just because it shows you some more advanced Laserfiche automation in terms of document imports, document naming, document indexing, and the OCR process running. And then we're going to search for that document and find it easily and quickly after it's been indexed, named, filed, and imported into Laserfiche. All right, with that, let's get into the demonstration today. So for today's demonstration, we're working with the Laserfiche application. Same features and functions of searching that I'm going to be showing here today do work also with the thin or web client interface, but today we are working with the thick client application. Now, for this first part of the demonstration, I want to show the OCR process in action. So I have a test folder here, and for this piece, I'm simply going to drag and drop a document into this folder. And I'm going to have the extract text process, or the OCR process, run on this document. So again, this is a drag and drop process, but the OCR process can also run at the time you're scanning into Laserfiche, utilizing a scanner connected directly to your workstation. It can also work with the import agent tool. Laserfiche import agent is a product that monitors folders either on the network or locally for any new content, and then it pushes that content into Laserfiche. After it's pushed into Laserfiche, the OCR process can also run at that time. The OCR process can also be initiated by Laserfiche workflow. So if any documents have not been OCR, the Laserfiche workflow engine can OCR our documents for us. And then also, if any documents come into Laserfiche through some kind of an integration with another application, the OCR process can run also at that time. So let's look at a sample invoice here on my desktop. I'm going to simply drag and drop this into the Laserfiche folder here. And here we just want to make sure we have the generate searchable text checkbox selected. We're not going to worry about any additional indexing here or anything. We just want to make sure we're extracting that text. We can then run our search on that text. So we'll hit OK here, and this will process our document. All right, so this document's now been processed. The OCR engine has done its job. Let's just make sure we refresh here. And perfect. Let's go ahead and open up this document. And what I wanted to point out here, this is exactly what the OCR engine does. It extracts the text from our image here, and then we can search for any of these keywords appearing in this document. So in the next step of this demo, I'm going to search for the word rockstar, and that will allow us to locate this document. So let's go ahead and do that next. So in Laserfiche, we have a couple different ways of searching the repository. We have our Laserfiche quick search interface on the top right corner here, and let's look at that first. Here we can tell Laserfiche what to search for in our quick search. So we have the ability to search within a current folder that's currently open. So that's just a folder that you currently have selected here in the folder pane. I just have my general repository root folder selected here. You can also search for text, which is what I'm going to be doing here in a minute. You can search entry names, which are document or folder names in Laserfiche, very specific search. You can also search fields from here. So these are any index fields in your document templates. You can also search across annotations. So for example, sticky notes. You can apply sticky notes in Laserfiche with pertinent information that may be relevant to that document in some way. And then you can run searches across any sticky notes in the system and find documents based on that search criteria. I also have a couple of customized searches that I will get into. These are custom search queries here that I have pre-saved into my quick search. However, first, let's just do that simple text search for that word rockstar. We should be able to locate the document we just scanned into our system. So we'll run that. Make sure we have our last modified here at the top. So we'll see that latest document here come in today. And that was the sample invoice. So here we can notice that we have our search results here in this pane at the top. Below that, we have what's called context hits. This is Laserfiche telling you where that keyword you were searching for actually appears within that document and on what page. So you can clearly see here in bold that that word rockstar appears on page 1. We can go ahead and open up our search or our document directly from our context pane. And there you go. The word we were looking for here is highlighted blue for us, makes it super easy to see the word and the document that we're looking for in our document. All right. So that is a quick search by text. Now let's show you some of these more customized searches in here. Just clear out my search here. All right, so what I wanted to show here is I have a custom search for Laserfiche tags. So in Laserfiche, you can tag documents based on either an informational type tag or a security type tag. So in this case, I have a tag called confidential in my system. So I have documents that are confidential, and I can quickly search for those confidential type documents through my quick search option here. Obviously, only users that have the right to be able to see confidential documents can run the search and see those documents. But if you have the appropriate rights, you can select your tag search here and just type in that word for the confidential tag. So all I have to do here is just type in confidential. And this is going to present to me all documents in my system that have the confidential tags applied to them. So if we open our search result here, in our metadata, we go under tags. We can see that the confidential tag is indeed applied to this document. Now, I could have also searched on any of these other tags in my system, such as the capital call email, so on and so forth. So you can search on any tags quickly from your quick search interface in Laserfiche. All right, let's go back to the main root folder here, and let's run a different search here. I have another quick search set up for a specific document template. The document template I want to find is for invoices. So I want to see all of my invoices in Laserfiche quickly. So by selecting the invoices quick search, I can just here type in the template that I'm looking for, in this case, obviously invoices. So I'll type in invoice. And the system presents to me all of the documents in Laserfiche that have the invoice template assigned to them. So this is a very quick, very efficient way to find documents based on a specific template in Laserfiche, in this case, invoices. You can customize additional quick searches for other templates, other search queries that you want to utilize in that quick search interface. That's all set up here in this interface here for you. These search queries, we can help you set these up, help you design these. That's something our support team and consulting teams are very, very familiar with. So feel free to reach out to us. We can assist with setting these up for you. All right, in terms of what else is available here in our search results, I did want to turn on the document preview. So if you didn't know this, you can turn on document preview in Laserfiche, and what this allows us to do is just simply click through our search results without opening them fully in the client interface. So this essentially just gives you a quick preview of what that document or record may look like, and then you can further double click it and open it up all the way in the interface. So document preview is very handy to exactly what it sounds like, to preview your documents. Another item I wanted to point out here in the interface, if, for example, you have your search results presented here, but you navigate away from them for some reason, you may want to just go ahead and look into, this folder here for anything. But you want to then be able to quickly recall your search results. That is very simple in Laserfiche. All you have to do is go towards the bottom of our folder list and click on search results. And that will take you right back into your latest search. So this is very convenient. It's here at the bottom left corner called search results. Let's turn off our document preview here. And so that covers Laserfiche quick searching. Let's go ahead and now look into some of the more advanced search features in Laserfiche. And for that, I will open up Laserfiche Advanced Searching. And Laserfiche Advanced Searching gives us additional search filters that we can run for specific searches. So we have our common search. So this is basically a text search or a field search or an annotation text search or entry name search, which again, entry names are document or folder names. In this case, I'm just going to search for Laserfiche, just make it easy here for document text, and just show you that this gives us obviously a very wide search. So at the bottom left corner here, you'll notice that we have 231 entries. So it found 231 documents with the word Laserfiche somewhere in them. So that's not good enough. That's too wide of a search. It will take us a long time to find our document here. We can go ahead and narrow down our search further by adding an additional search filter here. So let's go ahead and add the date filter here. And the date filter gives us additional capabilities for narrowing down our search. There are options for seeing last modified documents, created or last modified on specific dates or date ranges. So for example, here we have, we can do since yesterday, you can do this week, this month. I like to do a date range search, which will actually allow us to select dates from a calendar. So let's go back maybe 2 months here to today. And then we can go ahead and click refine results here, and this should get us less results than the 231 we have currently. So if I do refine results, and there we go, we got 23 results here. So that's a lot better. So you can customize these searches in Laserfiche and make them more granular based on what you're searching for. Now, you can save these searches so you don't have to keep recreating this, which is really handy. So I can go ahead and save this search. Let's just call it webinar test search. Now, if I go in my search pane and I clear this completely out, maybe this is the following day, there's nothing here. I'm going to go ahead and run that same search again. I can just simply go to load, and that same search is preloaded for us, ready to run. So this is very convenient if you may have, you may have like 10 search filters here, and it's kind of a pain to keep recreating this every time. So you can save your searches and then load them up to run them quickly. So let's clear this out here and let's do a electronic document search. So Laserfiche obviously can store documents of all kinds. You can store PDFs, Word documents, Excel documents, PowerPoints, really any electronic documents. And here is where you can select what extension you want to find in the system. So if you want to find Microsoft Word documents, just select docx here. It also gives you a capability to find documents of specific document sizes. So you may know that the Word doc is over a specific size of kilobytes. So you can go ahead and select that here if you need to do that. I'm not going to do that here. And so we have Word doc selected as the extension here. So we can go ahead and run our search here. And this is going to show me all of the Word documents in Laserfiche, which should be quite a few. Yeah, we found 106 entries of Microsoft Word documents, as we can see here. So let's make that a bit more narrow. Let's add the field search as well here. So I'm going to go and select field here. And I'm going to get pretty specific here. I'm going to select the client files template. And additionally, I am searching for a specific client name. So in my client names here, I actually have a drop down for all the clients in my Laserfiche system. And I'm just going to select Aaron here. So this is going to refine my search further based on a Word document with the client files template for our specific client named Aaron. So we'll refine our results further here. And exactly that, we now just have our Word doc specific to Mr. Aaron Aronson presented for us here. So again, just defining our search further here based on our search criteria. All right, great. Let's look at searching for Laserfiche links. Before I do that, I did want to mention the ID search here. This one is a not very common search run by users. Generally, this is run by the Laserfiche workflow engine. It's running it on the entry ID in Laserfiche. So Laserfiche by default assigns every document or record imported into the system a specific entry ID. It's pretty irrelevant to the end users, but the Laserfiche workflow engine uses this entry ID to do various processes on those documents based on that entry ID. So if you do, for some reason, need to run a search on an entry ID, it is available here in our advanced search as well. But the one I wanted to show you is the link search. So in Laserfiche, we can create relationships between documents. What I mean by that, so for example, if you have an invoice in Laserfiche in one folder, and you may have the purchase order that's relevant to that invoice in a separate folder, you can have those two linked together so that when you open the purchase order, you can then also under the links tab see the Laserfiche invoice. Now you can then obviously run searches for any of those documents containing links, and you do that by selecting attachment here and running our search. So this is going to show me all the documents in Laserfiche that have some kind of a linked relationship here. So if I open my CDI resources brochure, under our links tab, you'll see it's linked to this additional PDF document here, and I can open this document linked document directly from here, which makes it super convenient. You don't have to run another search for that document. It's right here in the interface for us under the links tab. So linking in Laserfiche is very useful, and then we can run searches on our links. Okay, so let's look at doing a name search. So a name search is a very specific type search. If you know the actual document name, the folder name, or the Laserfiche shortcut name as well, which is basically a not document name, but it's just a shortcut that lives in Laserfiche. I'm going to search for a folder, do a folder search for invoices. So I want to see all the folders in Laserfiche that are named invoices. So we'll do that simply by typing our search word, and then there you go. These are all the folders in Laserfiche with the word invoices. So that's a Laserfiche name search. Let's go ahead and look at pages search. So this is pretty neat because this allows us to find documents in Laserfiche with a specific amount of pages. So for example, here I have criteria like, you know, that document contains more than a specific amount of pages, or exactly 3 pages, less than or between, so doing a range. So I'm just going to find, let's do more than 3 pages. So this is going to present to me all documents in Laserfiche with at least or more than 3 pages. So we'll hit search here. And there you go. There's all of our documents in Laserfiche with more than 3 pages. We can sort this page count column here. And if we go from the bottom to the top, you can see that all the documents with at least 4 pages are presented to us here as well. So that's the pages search in Laserfiche. Now let's go into text searching in Laserfiche. And in the advanced search here, we do have some additional Boolean operators, which make searching more powerful. So what we can do here is do a specific search in terms of these Boolean statements. For example, I want to search for the word Laserfiche and contract. We can turn on fuzzy search here. So fuzzy searching, if you don't know, is basically used for Laserfiche to help it with looking for specific words where you may not know the exact spelling. So for example, maybe with street names, sometimes they have, you know, bit of a funny name and you may not know exactly how to spell it. So if you have fuzzy search turned on, the system is going to try to match it as close as possible to your input. So let's go ahead and do that end search. So Laserfiche and contract, run our search here. And this should be 70. So we found 73 entries here. So pretty good. But you know, if we want to do Laserfiche or contract, that should be a wider search because it's going to search for either key word here. So let's do that search. So we should have more results than 73. Yeah, and we do. We have 417. And then we can, you know, do not. So Laserfiche, but not contract. Let's run that search here. And that's 158 entries here. So these Boolean operators are very helpful if you're searching for two specific words that may or may not have some kind of a relationship within that document. It just helps you define your search a bit further and locate your documents in the system. So that is the text search. Let's go ahead and look at the user search in Laserfiche. So in Laserfiche, we have an audit trail based on users, so we can track what users are doing in the system. And also in the search interface here, we have a couple search filters based on specific users. So we can see documents users have created, they own, that they checked out, or that they've last modified. So we can select from our user list here. I'm just going to select myself. And if I select created by, then I can see all of the documents that were created by Andrew. So let's run that search. So this is everything in the system Andrew has created. So you may think of this as being useful, for example, if you, let's pretend you have an internal scanning department and your workers are scanning documents into Laserfiche, that's their job, and you kind of want to monitor how much they scanned. Well, you can run that search by that user, run a created by search, and there you go, there's your result. You can further define the search, maybe add a date range search. So you want to see what they scanned in on Wednesday. You can go ahead and define that search further. So user search is also very useful, and you have that ability to run that in Laserfiche. Let's talk about version searching. All right, so in Laserfiche, we have version control. So documents that are active type documents, generally Microsoft Word documents, Excel documents, those are documents that are typically being collaborated on, and you can track versions in Laserfiche of those documents. And then that allows you to then run searches on those versions of those documents. So in Laserfiche, we can run searches based on specific versions, who was created by, what date was it created on. If it has a specific version label, you can go ahead and run that search as well. And any of the comments in the version notes as well can be searched upon. So version control is available in Laserfiche, and then also by default, it allows us to run searches on that versioning in Laserfiche. So that's version searching in Laserfiche. Let's go ahead and talk about the within folder search here. So within folder searching is handy if, for example, you have an extremely large Laserfiche repository. Let's pretend your system is on-premise. It's running maybe on an old server that hasn't been upgraded in a long time, and searches are not as snappy as users would like. Well, if they know what specific folder they want to search, they can go ahead and select that folder within folder search and just search that folder, not having the system run the search across the full repository. So here you can select what folder you want to run your search in. So maybe you want to search the HR folder only. So go ahead and select that. And then obviously you'd want to add an additional search filter here, maybe for the text or a field search. So you can go ahead and do that here. But yeah, you can limit folder searching to specific folders in Laserfiche, or you can exclude folders as well. There's additional filters where you can combine it, just selecting more folders that you want to search in. So if you wanted to search more than one, you can go ahead and do that here and just select that additional folder. And maybe you also want to search in the accounting folder, so you have that selected here. You can also have the system search any subfolders within those selected folders here. So within folders, search is also very handy. Again, if you find results, if you have a very large repository, this may help you make your searching more efficient. Okay, great. Let's look at the final search filter here, which is the search syntax. So this is something that I've already showed in our quick search here, where I had the customized quick searching syntax for my tags and the template search here for invoices. In the advanced search, you can run similar search syntaxes, assuming you know the search query. So I have a fun one here that I wanted to load. And let's copy that search string in there. So this search string actually searches for all folders in Laserfiche that have nothing in them. So basically this search will return you folders that have nothing in Laserfiche, which may be pretty handy, because you may have users that have just created folders and nothing's ever been put into those folders. So by selecting the search query here and running it, we can go ahead and have the system return to us all folders in Laserfiche that are empty. So these are all our empty folders in Laserfiche. Looks like we have a ton of empty folders in our demo system. So if I open one of them, let's just open this folder here, and we can verify that there is nothing in that folder. Yep, it's completely empty. There is no subfolders. So that's one easy way to locate all of your empty folders in Laserfiche. Here's the search string here. Obviously, we could help you set these customized search strings up for you. But yeah, again, this is a really handy one. There's many more that you can leverage and use the search syntax feature in the Laserfiche Advanced Search Interface. Okay, so that's covered our advanced searching capabilities in Laserfiche. Let's look at our final demonstration here, where we do something a bit more fun by leveraging the Laserfiche workflow engine and doing a bit of automation once a document is imported into Laserfiche. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to drag and drop the document into a Laserfiche folder where a workflow is running. The workflow is going to be able to process our imported document. It's going to rename it per our naming conventions. It's going to file it in the appropriate folder. It's going to create the appropriate subfolders in the system as well. And it's going to do the OCR text extraction and also apply indexing into the template and the specific fields. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll navigate to my incoming folder here. And you'll notice I only currently have the intake folder here, nothing else here. Intake folder is empty because this is where I drag and drop my documents. These documents could come through scanning, through drag and drop, through Laserfiche import agent, Laserfiche workflow, or some kind of an integration with another application, or maybe even through the email server. So multiple ways to get documents into Laserfiche, but here I'm just doing a drag and drop. Let's do, so this is our document here that I'm importing into Laserfiche. You'll notice it's currently a very generic name, something you'd find on everybody's folder drive on their personal machine or even on the network drive. Generally, there's no real naming conventions there, but the system's going to reprocess this for us once I import it into the system. So it's going to stay here for a bit. We'll just hit OK. We're not going to do any indexing. It's just making sure we have the generate searchable text checkbox selected, and we do. So we'll hit OK. And this will process our document here. So this document will stay here for a couple seconds. I'm going to hit refresh. And it's been moved because the workflow engine has reprocessed this document for us. So if we go back up a folder, you'll notice now we also have an audit folder here. So the Laserfiche workflow recognized that the document I imported is an audit document, and it recognized that I don't already have an audit folder created for audit, so I need to create the audit folder, which it did. Then I told it to put it by year subfolder, and then the monthly subfolder as well. So these are my filing conventions. I told the system how to file that document, and this is my naming convention. So this document has been renamed. As you can see, this is the name of it on our network drive. This is the name of it in our Laserfiche system per our naming conventions. So that happened. Then also under our metadata, this is where the workflow applied our template. It captured our date, the document name, and then the document type is here also in our field in the template. So this then obviously allows us to run searches immediately on this document. So if I go into the main root folder here and run a search, we can go ahead and find that document immediately. So we'll run a customized search here by a template. So we'll select our template that was applied to that document. Let's see, there it is. And then we can go ahead and get more granular. We want to find that audit document. So we can select the type and type in our key term, audit, and run our search. And there you go. Since that document's been OCR'd, indexed properly by the workflow engine, it's immediately text searchable in Laserfiche, and we can find those documents efficiently and quickly. Obviously, you can also do mass imports of documents and have it run that workflow on multiple documents at the same time. So that's a bit more of an advanced workflow demonstration, what the workflow engine can do, and then obviously allows us to search for those documents immediately once they've been processed by Laserfiche. So this concludes our webinar for today. I do have a couple closing slides here. Resources. So this is resources to our website here. Our website address is right on screen. A lot of good content on the website, but even better, our YouTube channel is also fantastic. Feel free to access that. There's a lot of product videos, training videos, integration videos, custom workflows, electronic forms, a lot of good stuff on the YouTube channel. My contact information is on screen if you have any additional questions, concerns, want to follow up not only on searching, but other Laserfiche functions. Feel free to reach out, and then also contact info for our internal departments here at CDI. So I did want to thank you all. Hope you found this webinar informative. Hope you got something out of it, learned something. And again, thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.